let's talk about social media and how to navigate it properly in the era that we are in. Social media is not a game. It's not a game. It's not just some cool thing that is. It's a war. It's a minefield. It's a honey trap. And if you don't take it seriously, it will destroy you. It will turn you into a sheep. Let's start off with the basics of social media. Because social media is designed to trap you. It's designed to keep you occupied, to keep you away from life. Now, it's impossible for me to tell you to stay away from social media. Don't do it. I'm not going to follow that advice. I love social media. But because I love it, I understand its nature and its dangers, and you need to know how to navigate it properly. And I want to let you know that. Now, let's start off with the basics. You should not be following any girl that does not follow you back. I don't care if it's an IG model, one of your friends, a girl that gave you her Instagram instead of her number. I don't care who it is, bro. Any girl that does not follow you back, unfollow her. Immediately. Immediately do that. The reason that you need to do that is because when you follow girls that don't follow you back, you're giving them free attention. You're giving them free validation. And it's training your mind to give women free validation. Which moves me to my next point. I personally don't like any girl's pictures anymore. I don't like a girl's picture. I don't comment on her picture. I don't comment on her story. The most I'll do is watch a story. But that's about it. And let me tell you what effect that has. That is subconsciously training my mind not to validate women for anything that is too easy to be obtained. When a woman shows a picture with her ass and titties out and men like it, comment, and DM her off of that, it's giving her free validation, one, and two, it's training you to validate women for free. It makes your attention worthless. And as a man, you want your attention to be very valuable. You should treat it like gold. It's important to have, especially when dealing with a woman. Now, another thing, I don't watch everybody's stories. I don't recommend you do either. I have a certain group of people that I check on, but I used to not be able to. I used to have to tap everybody's things, but think about what that's doing. When you're doing this, you're creating an addiction subconsciously. The tapping, the viewing, it's molding you into someone who's just a consumer. Consume. Mindless. No substance, no purpose, nothing. Right? Do not try to watch everybody's stories. Do not try to keep up with what everybody's doing. If you have a select group of people that you like to check upon, friends, family, loved ones, that stuff, do that. Maybe the occasional bad bitch to make sure, you know what I'm saying? But otherwise, you do not need to know what everybody's doing, bro. You don't. It's not important. So stop it. I know leaving those red circles may be annoying to you, but you don't need to do that. Next thing. Change your reality. What do I mean by that? If you have a bunch of Instagram models on your feed, if that's all the pictures you're liking, and you're liking celebrity things, gossip, drama, World Star, The Shade Room, all that stuff, if that's all you're liking, that's going to become your social media reality. And that reality is of no substance. It has no weight. It does nothing for you. It turns you into a sheep, a drone, just someone who is consuming hours of meaningless content. There's no purpose for that. Not as a man. So how do you change it? Follow pages that promote growth. Follow finance pages, investment pages, workout pages, pages that reflect your hobbies, pages that show you what life is like outside of your specific location, pages that motivate you, pages that teach you things, pages that are entertaining but of substance when entertaining, not fluff. And do that across all platforms: YouTube, Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, everything. Shift the algorithm to match the person that you plan to become. Because all social media is background. Right? It's background noise. But background noise has a powerful effect on the subconscious. It conditions the subconscious to think and function along that frequency. So, if your background noise is positive, uplifting, empowering content, then your brain is going to be on that frequency automatically. And you're going to start thinking thoughts along that wavelength. When you have it full of fluff, full of drama, bad bitches, celebrities, things that have nothing to do with you and have no bearing on your life, it's gonna take you just to a lower state of existence, and it'll keep you there because it's not finite. It's not you get to the place and then you just stay there. No, you keep falling in. It's a bottomless pits of nothing. You know, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not going to help you. Now, I understand that it would be hard to do that, especially cold turkey, for sure. But the point of it is to make it so that you are not a sheep. A lot of people say that life isn't hard anymore. We have all these good things in society. There's no wars and all that stuff, right? But life still has adversity. It's just in a different form. And this form is much harder to escape. It's a war all the same. But the war is now virtual instead of physical. So you have to be strong enough to stand above it, to mold it to your will. Another thing, if you are on social media often, in order to offset it, make content. If you're consuming content, make content. That way, social media is no longer destructive. It is now constructive because you are producing as much as you're consuming. It's an equivalent exchange. Less harm that way. Right? So that's the type of thing that you need to be doing. If you can't produce content, if you don't want to produce content, then you need to limit the amount of time that you consume social media. Simple as that. For me, I love social media, so I'm going to make content. That way, I don't feel bad for being on it because I know I'm not even on it for the reasons I used to be. When you start to produce content Now, when you look at a YouTube video or a reel or a TikTok, now you're not just looking at the content and watching it, but you're also saying, okay, how did they do that? Oh, I can use that in my content. Oh, that gives me an idea for something that I can produce. You're looking at it from a different perspective, and that's changing your subconscious. That's changing your frequency on how you view social media. It's now becoming a weapon that you can use, a tool that you can use. And that's what's important. If you give women constant validation through likes and follows that are not reciprocated, when you meet women in person, you're going to give them validation that's not going to be reciprocated. But when you limit that, in turn, when you meet them in person, it is much easier to treat your attention with care, to treat your validation with care, so that when you give it, it has value. That's what's important. Now, this is not a common way of thinking. A lot of people don't even realize this is happening. And those people are sheep. They're not realizing the honey trap that social media is. I recognize it for what it is. It's one of the greatest weapons ever designed. But I will use it to my advantage. I stop following girls that don't follow me back. Limits my female attention that I give. I stop liking girls' pictures. Limits the validation that I give. Makes my validation more valuable. I change my reality in terms of the content I consume. That creates a more balanced way of me experiencing life and improves my reality on a subconscious level, making it so that I improve my reality on a conscious level. And then if I create content, that is going to improve my personal social media and improve me, both physically and virtually. That's how you have to use it, as a tool. I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I die, I want people to fucking bawl, to cry. Snot, tears. I want all of that shit. I want people to fucking mourn me when I die. And in order for that to happen, I need to be a man of fucking substance. If I'm one of the sheeple that is trapped in this honey trap of social media, this is going to be the reaction when I die. Oh, he died? Damn. Stuff. I don't want that. I do not want that. I want it to be a hole in the fucking ozone when I die, bro. I want it to be raining and there be Evanescence, My Immortal playing in the background. Okay? I want a bunch of bad bitches to come and say, oh, I wish I told him how I felt. Oh, no, I'll never get it. That's what I want. I want it to be like when Jack Sparrow died in Dead Man's Chest. And niggas was so sad that they went to find him in the underworld in the third movie to bring him back to life because they couldn't handle it. That's how I want to be remembered when I fucking die. That's what I want. But in order for me to have that type of effect on people, I have to be an extraordinary man. And if I'm an extraordinary man, that means that I use everything that I can to create that, including social media. I cannot just be a consumer. I can't. Not if I want to be remembered. Not if I want to have a legacy. I have to be a producer. And I have to use every tool I can to my advantage. I'm not saying to quit it cold turkey. I'm not saying to do that. But if you don't recognize the potency of social media and what it can do, and you're not using it to your advantage, man, I don't know. But I know I can't live like that. And I don't recommend you do either. Try to heed my warning. Try to take this to heart. Be careful. You're welcome.